What is up, car addicts? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Double Money Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for March 7th through March 13th, 2024. So, in regards to new content, we finally received the long-awaited Canis Terminus and the Gauntlet Interceptor, and of course the Cluckin Bell Benson, which officially completes the vehicle drip feed for the Chop Shop DLC. Plus, we of course have the new Cluckin Bell Farm Raid with Vincent. But anyways, the current prize ride for this week is the Yuga Classic 4x4. It's primarily based on the 1970s Ford Econoline E300 Quadra van and has a base price of just under 1.5 million when factoring in the Benny's conversion cost that's already on it. So the Yuga Classic starts off as a $200,000 vehicle, and then the Benny's upgrade, which is about 1.3 million, turns it into the lifted 4x4 variant. And if I'm not mistaken, this might be the first time that Rockstar puts a Benny's vehicle on the prize ride with a Benny's conversion already on it. Pretty wild. But anyways, to get it for free this week, you have to get top 3 in an LS Carmate Series race for 3 days in a row. In regards to performance, it's in the Vans class and is top 5 for performance in that class. However, the Gang Burrito is still the king of that class for most tracks, and it costs less than 100,000. But obviously the reason you buy the Yuga Classic 4x4 is for the crazy customization because it's a Benny's vehicle, and this one has a ton, especially in the interior. Just a really fun one to customize and own. Highly recommend trying to get it this week. Continuing to the test drive vehicles for this week, we have the 811, the FMJ, and the Ferrari GT as well. And all 3 of these were Remove website vehicles, so make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. And for current gen console users, we have the Karen Vivanite as the HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Continuing to the casino podium vehicle, we have the Classique Broadway. This one is primarily based on the 1946 Oldsmobile 66 Club sedan and has a normal price of about 900,000. This one's in the muscle car class, and as to be expected, it's one of the slowest cars in that class, but obviously this isn't a performance car. It's a cruiser with great customization and styling. I think it's a beautiful car, one that you should definitely consider trying to win this week if you like cars from this era. In terms of the dealership cars for this week, in luxury autos we have the newly added Canis Terminus and the Turismo Omaggio as well. Continuing to Simeon's, we have the Silvestra, the 190Z, the Esky motorcycle, the Super Diamond, and the Blade as well. And all of these will Remove website cars, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week. Moving on to the discounts, in terms of property discounts, we unfortunately do not have any properties on sale this week, which is a real shame. Continuing to the vehicle discounts, on Legendary Motorsport website, we have 25% off the recently added Karen Vivanite. This one's in the SUVs class for some reason, even though we literally have a Vans class, but anyways, this one does offer HSW, and with that, it makes it the fastest vehicle in that class around most tracks. However, without HSW, it barely makes it into top 10. The customization is okay, has a lot of copy-paste parts from the Illusion that doesn't really make sense on the Vivanite. I guess if you want sort of like an MPC GTA 6 car, this might be the one for you, or if you like minivans for some reason. But anyways, next up we have 25% off the recently added Dominator GT. This one is obviously in the muscle car class and is the fastest non-HSW vehicle in that class around most tracks due to its sports car-like handling and speed. Plus the customization is pretty great as well. It's just the fact that it's a convertible only that's sort of the biggest negative for me and a lot of other players in the community, but if you don't mind convertible muscle cars, this is definitely one you should consider purchasing. Moving along, we have 40% off the Drift Tampa. So this one's in the muscle car class and isn't all that quick. However, it does offer the drift tuning upgrade from the LS Carmate, which makes it a ton of fun to mess around with. Continuing, we have 40% off the Draugr. So this one's in the off-roads class and is the fastest non-HSW vehicle in that class for track performance alongside the BF400. It's also the current king of my off-road capability testing track. Plus it has great customization. It's really the overall package and one that I highly recommend purchasing if you don't already own it. And lastly, moving on to Elitist Travel's website, we have 50% off the Nimbus plane. It has no customization being such an old jet, and it can only seat up to 8 players, so really I don't see a reason in owning this thing personally. Moving on to the gun van, we have the following weapons available this week. Continuing to double money, we have double money NRP on select community series jobs and the adversary mode hunting pack. In regards to the weekly challenge this week, if you complete Scene of the Crime, which is the finale for the Cluckin farm raid, you'll receive 100,000. Plus, you'll also receive the Cluckin hat as well. Continuing to the weekly vehicle robberies from the salvage yard business, again, these only change once per event week. We have the Gangbanger robbery with the Hermes, the McToney robbery with the Schlagen GT, and the Duggan robbery with the Itali RSX. And lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trial is Sawmill. I highly recommend a quick bike for this one. For the premium race, we have the motorcycle race Boots on the Ground. I highly recommend the Power Surge for this race. And if you're on current gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Hakachu Drag. And lastly, for current gen console users, the HSW time trial is Del Perro Beach. As always, the HSW Hakachu Drag will be the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, I'm going to have to go with the Draugr. For under $1 million for such a beast of an off-roader with good customization, I think it's an absolute steal, especially in the current economy of GT Online. But anyways guys, overall this event week is pretty decent. Obviously the main highlight is the new Cluckin farm raid and new cars, but the rest of the event week is sort of meh, especially the double money. But anyways guys, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Thanks again for watching, hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.